Okay, so if you're listening to this, I'm guessing you're at least a little curious about AI and like where is all this going? Like what's going to happen with software?
Yeah, it's hard to ignore, right?
Right, right. So there's this article. It's from Product Party. And
Okay, I'm familiar.
yeah. Have you seen this one? It's called Are You Ready for It? Is AI making saws obsolete?
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a big claim.
It's a bold claim, so of course, we got to dive in.
Yeah, let's unpack that a little bit.
Yeah. So they jump right into it. The article talks about how some companies, they're ditching those huge software platforms, like your Salesforces,
Mm.
and they're building their own AI-powered solutions instead.
Yeah, and actually the article, they specifically talk about Klarna, right? The
Yes.
financial tech company.
Yeah.
They ditched to Salesforce, which is a big enough move in itself.
Right.
But they also moved away from Workday for HR.
Right.
So that's two pretty big platforms.
It's a statement.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, right? Like, is this about saving money? Or
So,
is there something more going on?
well, yeah, and that's, I think, what's so interesting is that, Klarna was running into these roadblocks
Okay.
with these kind of one-size-fits-all platforms.
Great.
They had a lot of very unique processes
Sure.
and needed more flexibility, just more than these traditional software platforms could offer.
So they're like, okay, let's go bespoke.
Yeah.
It's like buying a suit. We're not getting an off-the-rack suit. We're getting it tailored.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great analogy. It's like having something that is built exactly for them. And the article really digs into how AI is making this level of customization possible,
Yep.
even for companies that aren't like, massive tech giants.
Right.
So you
Yep.
can build software that adapts to the way you work instead of you having to adapt to the software.
Yeah. But I have to say, building your own software, that just sounds intimidating, even if AI is giving you a hand. Didn't Klarna need like a ton of engineers to pull that off?
So that's where I think the really interesting part comes in because AI is really changing the game here.
Okay.
These tools, it's like AI writing code, and it's even designing interfaces.
Hmm.
These are things that used to take massive teams of engineers.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah, so it's becoming more accessible in a lot of ways.
So like it's democratizing the whole software development process.
In a way, yeah. It's
Yeah.
really interesting to see how this is playing out.
So more power to like the smaller players.
Yeah.
That's kind of exciting. But the article's not all like sunshine and roses, is it? I mean,
Right.
there's got to be risks to just going all in on AI.
Right. Yeah, for sure. One of the big ones, and the article mentions this too, is like, are we going to lose that human touch?
Right.
Because AI, yeah, it can be great, it can be efficient,
Mm-hmm.
but can it really have empathy? Can you get the same kind of like personalized service from an AI that you would from a good SaaS company?
That is, I think, one of the biggest concerns, right? And the article does a good job of highlighting it. Like AI right now, it misses a lot of the nuance
Totally.
of what it means to interact with another person. Like you said, that empathy, understanding when a customer is frustrated or maybe anticipating what a customer needs. Those are things that AI right now.
It's not quite there yet.
Yeah.
And like sometimes you just want to talk to a human.
All right. You just want a person who can understand where you're coming from. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I think that's where the article suggests that these SaaS companies,
Mm.
they actually have a really big opportunity.
Okay.
Instead of trying to just completely out AI everyone, they could really focus on what makes them human.
Right. So it's about finding that like sweet spot
Yeah,
where it's not like AI versus humans, it's AI and humans
exactly. And working together.
working together. Okay, I like that. But how would that even work? I mean, does the article give any examples of what that would look like?
Yeah, so I mean, one example, right? It talks about using AI to actually personalize the customer experience
Okay.
in ways that we haven't really even thought of. So
Yeah.
like, imagine you're struggling with a software issue, right? And instead of being routed to just this generic helpline, the AI, it looks at your past interactions with the company, it understands what you need, and it connects you with the perfect agent who can actually help.
Okay, that's pretty slick.
Yeah. So it's really about using AI to enhance that human touch,
Not replace it.
not replacing it. Exactly.
Okay.
And it goes beyond just customer service, right? The article even talks about using AI for things like predictive analytics.
Oh, wow.
So like even before something goes wrong,
You're right.
the AI might be able to flag it
Interesting.
and say, hey, this could be a potential issue, or even tailoring certain software features based on how someone uses the program.
So it's like it's constantly learning, evolving. It's almost alive in a way.
Almost. But I
Mm.
think the key thing to remember is that it's still a tool, right? And it's only as good as the data that we feed it and the people who are actually, creating it and guiding its development.
We can't just be like, okay, AI, you got this.
Right.
Figure it out.
Exactly. Take the wheel. No.
Yeah.
We still need to be in control. And that's, I think, something else the article touches on is how do we find that balance
Right.
between giving AI this power, but also making sure that we're still the ones who are in the driver's seat?
Yeah, it's a tightrope walk. It's a balancing act for sure.
Yeah.
But it's exciting at the same time. So we've talked about the downsides, but it sounds like there are some really cool upsides here, especially for these SaaS companies. It's like we're on the edge of something really cool, but also kind of scary at the same time. Like, where does this leave all of us?
Right.
The people who actually use software every day. It's the big question. And the article, it does leave you with something to think about. Like, maybe the future of software isn't going to be these one-size-fits-all solutions.
Okay.
It's really going to be about finding that perfect fit. So it's this dynamic landscape where you've got AI that's personalized to what you need, but it's working with human experts. So you still get that high-touch support when you need it.
Okay, that actually sounds kind of awesome. But it also makes me wonder, like, what if I don't want a custom software solution?
Yeah.
Are those bigger platforms, are they just going to disappear? Like, will those be obsolete?
That's a great question. And it really gets to, I think, what the article is trying to figure out. Like, are these SaaS companies, are they at a crossroads?
Yeah. Can they even compete with AI? Or will they have to just become more efficient, more automated? Or can they stick to, what they're known for? Brand recognition, customer loyalty, that human element.
So it's not like a guarantee that AI will take over everything.
Right.
There's still room for both.
It's possible. It makes me think about what happened with e-commerce.
Right.
Everyone thought that brick and mortar stores were done for.
Yeah.
But it actually forced those stores to adapt. They had to offer something that you couldn't get online.
That is interesting.
So I think, it's going to be about these companies finding their place, right?
Right. Finding their niche, what makes them stand out.
Exactly. So maybe it's not, AI versus software, but it's more like you use the right tool for the right job.
Right. Sometimes you need the fancy tool and sometimes you just need a hammer.
Exactly. And maybe the coolest stuff will come from figuring out how to combine those two.
I like that.
How do we make something that is powerful, but still easy to use? Efficient, but still human.
Well, this has been great. This whole conversation has really got me thinking. We started off just talking about the future of software, and now we're talking about like the future in general. AI, humans, this is huge.
It's a lot to unpack. That's what we like to do here. Make you really think about these things.
So to everyone listening, we want to know what you think. Is AI the future? Are you excited? Are you a little freaked out?
A little of both, probably.
Probably a little both, right? Head over to our website, find us on social media. Let's keep this conversation going.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
Until next time, everybody, keep learning, keep exploring, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.